Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But welcome back to you. Freak stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. I hope y'all are doing good tonight. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. I hope y'all are doing well, as I previously just stated. If you want to watch this or listen to this live, you can go to twitch.tv/Melted Original or just look it up in the search bar. It doesn't really matter. And you can just hang in the chat. It's midnight Central Time in the US. And yeah, that's when I record these on a Thursday. Thursday at midnight. Typically. Unless if I say otherwise. But yeah. Also, like if you come in live, like if you're here live, you can influence chat. You can sway it a little bit. You won't appear on screen unless if it's like the after show or whatever, but it's just one of the many perks to watching this live. I will just say that. But if you can't make it or you miss it or whatever, you can still watch it on Twitch for up to 2 weeks. But once it's gone, it's gone. And yeah. But. Here's the thing though. You can not only listen or watch, you can watch this on YouTube. You can watch all of the episodes on YouTube. Every single one at this point. All like what? 102 now? Yeah, 102 episodes there. And you can listen starting at episode 100 on Spotify. And soon, if I actually get my butt to do it, you can also listen to Midnight Ramen, the Livecast, once I get my butt to work on it. Which I will talk about in a bit. But yeah, that's going to be a thing. You can watch literally I don't want to say the prologue. You can watch the origins of this show. You can watch the origin of the show on YouTube, but you can listen to the origin of this show on Spotify. And maybe other stuff in the future once I actually figure out what the hell I'm doing with it. Because yeah. At the moment, the recording of this episode, it's only on Spotify and YouTube. Or this show. Midnight Ramen, the Livecast. Yeah, this is the Livecast. Did you know it's live? On Twitch.tv? I have dementia? Dementia's not a thing, honestly. Dementia's not a thing I am too fond of. Although it's funny with the joke of like crazy. I was crazy once. I was locked in a room like repeating that. But like dementia sucks. Alzheimer's sucks, dude. Memory loss and getting old sucks. I know my grandma that's still alive. God damn it. And there's a fly in the room. Sorry. That derailed my thought. But my grandma's old. She's like in her 90s, late 80s, early 90s. She's in her 90s. And it's hard because she doesn't really remember a lot of. She remembers stuff, but she doesn't remember a lot of stuff like she used to. Yeah. It's hard. It sucks getting having that, but you know, and I feel like it kind of runs. It ran a little bit in the family because I know I know at least one of her sisters had a really bad case of it before she passed. But I mean, she's not too bad. Could be a lot worse, but you know, memory care, getting old and stuff, and Alzheimer's, dementia, and stuff like that sucks. Also, losing her spouse during COVID, that was heavy. That was heavy. uh, During COVID times, insanely heavy. But what are you gonna do? No, let's not be grim on that. Let's not get grim. Anyways, it's yeah. So what I was talking about, like Midnight Ramen, the actual radio show itself. So as I've already stated before, not only on just recently, but on like way past episodes. So Midnight Ramen itself started out as a tradition I did in college, and I just did it in my because I didn't have to. I was living in the dorms and I didn't have to go to class until like 9 a.m. So I was like, I had time to goof off or whatever, and I didn't sleep too heavy, or at like 10 a.m. I can't remember exactly when I had to wake up, but it wasn't like super early. And plus, since I was living on campus on my own, I didn't have to go far, and like I legitimately did not have to go far. Like I could walk there limping and make it to class within like 5 minutes. Easy. I could probably army crawl and make it to class within 10. With how far away it was. It was not that far. It was that close. So I would do this tradition of staying up late, having a bowl of ramen at midnight, and watching something or listening to whatever. And I was with the radio station, like, since I got to college. I was like, oh, it's something I would be interested in doing, but I had done nothing with it. I've done nothing with it. I've shown up to like some of them like yearly or bi-yearly meetings, but I just didn't do anything with it. I wanted to do a show and actually DJ, do DJ stuff, but I just hadn't done anything. And one of my friends who I like got to know through a class was one of the who actually is my channel artist or did the logo for my channel. She was like one of the station managers there. That was her job, and she was like, hey, no, I think she was also trying to egg me on to do a show. And it just came to me out of nowhere. Like, hey, why don't I just do Midnight Ramen as a show? What's going to suck about it is that it's at midnight, though. So, I'm not going to lie. No one's going to listen. But, hey, whatever. So, I did that. And honestly, like, even though it was like during the graveyard hours, like I would shut the station off basically when I would do it. That's essentially what I did. Because the station would like the automation system would shut off at like 2 p.m. So I was basically there right as it did, like right before it did. I have so many stories about that. So, but that's not right now. So it's almost been 5 years since I've started doing that. Since I started doing that show. Oh my gosh. It's crazy because like even when I was doing the show, I wanted to like trim it up and kind of like archive it, and I still have I know I have every single one like just ready to go. I need to like edit it down and this and that, blah 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 blah. But once I get them going, they're going up on the 5th anniversary. they're going to be a lot more edited than these episodes for sure, because like this is minimally edited, live recorded. Like if I say someone's name that I don't want to have on the air, or like want to have whatever, I'm not going to have that on there. The ums and ahs stuff I'm going to probably keep. The awkward pacing I'm probably going to keep. But like if I accidentally say something, it's going to kind of have the same spirit as this show right now. But I'm not going to like do a whole ton to it. I guess I'm not going to do a lot into the editing of the show itself, because I want to keep the same spirit. But I the one thing for sure I'm not going to do, I'm not going to add the music, because oh, bug, got it. I'm gonna take out the music because no, but I'm gonna try and see if I can get this, make it into like a Spotify playlist, like a private Spotify playlist, that if you're if you're listening along with the thing, you can listen to what I was listening to at the time. So hopefully that works the way that I want it. Not like actually like stop the podcast, but like it'll be a podcast, and then you can pause the podcast, go to the playlist that's in the episode or whatever, and then come back when those songs are done. That's the idea that I had for it, is that you would just like listen to a little bit of it, like have like a pause, an audio pause or something like that, and then listen to the music, come back, boom. Yeah. And man, I had a lot of bits on the show. I think the biggest one is JoJo's Bizarre Radio, which actually became its own show, like in my senior year. I think I only did it for like a semester, because like around a semester, because I was a dumbass. Like I'm gonna be honest, I was a dumbass, and that show was like early in the morning. So I would like show up at like 7, 8 o'clock, right when the station would open, and do the show. And I would be like 9 o'clock is when it would be done. I'd only do it for an hour, but I would cram the living hell out of those shows. Like I probably should have like gave myself a little bit of airtime, or like time to breathe, because I just didn't. And I think I have those. I think I have every single one of those too. I'm probably not gonna send those out, but maybe I don't know. But also, along with it being put out on the 5th anniversary of the episodes, there's a huge gap, and I think you can guess why. It's a little thing called COVID that actually I shouldn't say COVID. A thing in 2020 that shut down basically the entire world, more or less, into yeah. And then I did pick the show back up, and then basically throughout the entire time I had a mask on. So like I remember one story I do remember is when I started out, I would record as MP3s, or like just really not low quality MP3. So like for the most part, right up until that break, I recorded it as like MP3s, and they're not, I don't know, I have to listen to them, but they're not like lossless quality or whatever. And even the ones that I did record on good, like better quality, they're not extremely great. I mean they're good enough. They're good. But I think there was like 2 recording methods. There was like MP3, and then there's like WAV. Or like, I mean, they are kind of along the same lines. They're not the same, but like the file, the way that they were made, I think the WAV files are like better quality, if I remember correctly, or the quality that they had for them were. I didn't know about it until like not the station manager, the one that does my channels, but the actual like adult or person that kind of like ran it or supervised it. Like I saw him at lunch one day, and he like kind of mentioned like, oh yeah, like I mean he knew about what was in the station, but he kind of like also was a little bit discovering some things like quirks here and there. I was talking to him about like record things, like playing records on the air. It's like you can do that and blah 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 blah. And here's some things about that. And he also mentioned like recording stuff, and I'm like, oh, and he's like, yeah, you can record a better quality by doing it to that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I did that, and then COVID, and then big 2020 event happened, and there's a huge gap. I think I didn't start until like middle of September or something like that. But I think I went hard in the paint and theming right when we got back, though. I think a little bit of that lockdowniness, that created a lot of downtime and allowed me to like make my shows as they were, like very thematic, very much like I have things to talk about, this and that, blah 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 blah, and yeah. I and then also on top of that, having that other show alongside it, JoJo Bizarre Radio, also helped a lot with that too. Yeah. And I think the last episode that I did was like the day before graduation, or the day of my graduation. And that was an extra long episode. And the thing that sucks about that one, and I know when I get to it, I'm going to be like, son of a bitch. The last 15, 20 minutes or so are lost, gone. Because the thing that I like saved it on, full. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I was thinking about trying to like dump all my things onto a drive, and I was meaning to do this, but I didn't do it. And so like it got to that like final whatever hour or what, and like last 20 minutes that I would do the show, and all that stuff is gone. Vamoose. I did like a grand send off and whatever, but honestly, I do still kind of remember what I was talking about there. Yeah. I do miss doing it, but this definitely is a lot more in line of how I think the show would have been. And it's good too, because I've also had guests on there as well. Not as many as I've had on this as a live cast, but a couple here and there, depending. Very infrequent. Oh, I did like alignment charts. Oh my god, I forgot I did that. Where like I took a D&D like alignment chart, like lawful good, blah blah, like lawful neutral, lawful evil, neutral good, blah 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 blah, chaotic, blah blah, good, neutral, evil, and did like topic, like, oh, what's a Pop-Tart flavor? I know that was one, like soda flavors, like that. EDM artist, which I know was on one of the guest episodes. Another one was unsponsored sponsor, where like I would rant, or not really rant, but like oogle and ogle like brands and things, kind of to asking like to be a sponsor, but of course, can't really do that. Honestly, but now I can do that though. Now I can do that. Now I can get sponsors. Honestly, like I hope this like I doubt I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever like, hey, it'll be picked up by anything, but like I hope it does. Like this is definitely not perfect right now. Like I was listening, like I think the nature of this show, my drink just like it's a glass drink, so I had to like take the cap off and it flew off. I was a little spooked. But I think the nature of this show is that it's again minimally edited, live recorded, and whatever's on here is on here. I was trying to figure, and I was listening to the previous episode in the car the other day, and I think the audio levels are a bit, wonky here and there. I don't know if it's just because of the car. I don't really know. It's hard. It's definitely hard to tell, but I mean, on like YouTube, the problem I have on like YouTube is that a lot of my videos are just quiet, and when I go into DaVinci Resolve is what I use to like edit these down. Like I have to make sure that the audio is in the red, which is usually not what you want, but like not like peaking red, which is like just a solid red bar, but like the audio levels are in the red just to make it sound even. And that's not what you should be doing. Like completely like honest. It should not be how you do it. And like I was listening in the car, music super freaking loud. Me saying go whatever, doing the intro, like that was also loud. And I got quiet. I'm like, and I like went up and it went down. I was like, I can't control it. Although a lot of it would be compressed. I don't want to like compress it to shit though. Like as an audio guy, I don't like. There does need to be a little bit more character in that sense, but I don't want to like take out all of the nuance and like, oh, if I talk very loud versus I talk very quiet. Like I want there to be a difference. Though. Different tone and I mean on that the motion you could probably get a bit more, but like fluctuation, doing stuff like that, you can tell that more emotion, maybe not, more volume. Like I do want to have a little bit of volume with it, but yeah. But I honestly hope, like I'm not counting on it, but like if this get picked up or something like that, the only current thing that's solid with the show is just opening magic packs. And honestly, like I do love opening magic packs at the middle of the episode, and I'm not doing it right now. Like it's fun, but like I think that's the point where I would have ads, if anything. And I'd take out like the entire thing. I don't know, but just have that be where the ads are or start, because that makes sense. It's like a natural like stopping point. And I also do have that on the other side of the magic things, but yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know what it is, but there's been so many of these, little like, I don't think they're fruit flies, because they look bigger than fruit flies, but they're just fucking everywhere. I think it's because my family's has the windows open at night all day, but my room doesn't. I don't like this room doesn't have anything really to like for bugs to eat or drink or whatever. So I don't know why they're like in here. So it's like I'm trying to get rid of these bugs, and whenever like I stopped a couple of times at the beginning because like I saw one that was just like being super duper annoying. It's like, and even before the episode started, like I was doing just like a video check, just flew right past this, the camera. I'm like, bro. But I got it a while back when I reached for like the light. But there's like I've seen a lot of them at work too, because we work with like there's food in our area, I mean, if there's food, fruit flies will come. Like, it's like the like Field of Dreams. You build it, they will come. But if there's food, fruit flies will be there. That doesn't really roll off the tongue. I'm thinking about it. Her. I don't know. Her. Timmer. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, yeah. Let's go. I've already spoken about it. Let's open up these magic packs real quick. We got 3 of them from Duskmorn. Yeah. Also, like, this is like another creator thing. I'm just speaking out loud. If you go to my YouTube, in my YouTube thing, I'm gonna have what's it called? This next month, as of recording this episode in October, I'm recording just a bunch of this pack just does not want to open. I've only opened one. And it's this. Oh my Jesus Christ. This is not going well at all. Your look, Popsky's here. There's Popsky's here. Right, I made it. So this whole month, every single video that except for maybe one, but it's all like every week there's gonna be, for my weekly video, there's gonna be a Magic the Gathering speed run or deck tech speed run of my commander decks. Oh my god, I have stories about that, but I have stories about Magic the Gathering that will be in the after show of this episode. A reason to watch this live on Twitch or watch the VOD before it disappears. Just saying. Almost done opening the packs because I'm stupid. Popsky's eating ramen of the week. What do you got in there? I have to know. Okay, pack 1. It's the right pack. I feel like it's gonna be good. We got a smoky lounge and a misty salon. We got aliens, clammy prowler, word vigor. I'm gonna skip through some of the ooh. We got a legendary at some point. We got a little beast token. Yeah, looks cool. Ooh. Oh, foil Valgavoth. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Fuck yeah. I did not even see that coming. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's sick. That's a legend. That's a mythic. Oh, that's sick. So, Forest. And then behind that, we got Tyvar. 2 mythics in a pack. That's fucking sick. Tap another untapped creature you control. It gets indestructible to end of turns. And then Piggy Bank and Greenhouse and Gazebo on the end. Holy fuck. 2 mythics in a pack. Dude, I'll say it. The location that I get these the boxes that I open for these, I always get a good box from them. Like, without fail. Like, I'm not joking. Without fail, I get a good box from them every single fucking time. Sorry for the language on that one, but like, the like gusto and whatever. Second pack, we got a Defiled Crypt and a Something Laboratory, a Patch Plaything, commons. I'm just gonna skip the commons because like I need more time. Ooh, Popsky posted what his thing. The art card is, I think, Valgavoth doing shit, eating. I don't really know what this is. Oh, Damnation. Ooh, Damnation's in this. The foil is a Boiler Bags Ripper, the common. We got a Mountain, and then we got a Doomsday Excruciator. This is a crazy card. I got the full art of this, alt art of this the other day. Just like I wanted to open a pack or two, and I got the full art where it's like somebody wearing sunglasses and it's the reflection of it coming right at the guy. Oh, it's so cool. Ooh, busted card. Ley line of resonance. It's very good. I have a standard deck that this would be very good for. Yes. And yes, I'm playing standard now. I'm mainly a commander guy, but I have a standard deck. I have a deck for playing standard. 3, 2, 1 flip. On the third pack, we got Miasma Demon. Bunch of commons because I messed up the pack trick, I guess. Glimmer Token. Foil is a room. We got Grand Entryway and an Elegant Rotunda. That is a common. Ooh, and a Foil Swamp. Foil Swampy. And we got, for the rare, we got a Flood Farm Verge. And we got a House Cartographer. Trial of Agony. Oh, this is Saw. This is literally Saw. And then we got a Surgical Suite and a Hospital Room. Okay. Let's see what this Papsky guy, he's got something in his ramen. He's eating ramen. Midnight ramen. As I was saying, this started out as a tradition just like this. Just eating ramen at midnight. And watching something. Literally what Popsky's doing right now, he's living the origins of midnight ramen as a thing. So in Popsky's ramen tonight, oh God, excuse me. Oh, I just spit. Ew, gross. Gross. There's some like mucus in there. Ugh. Yuck. So in Popsky's ramen, he has 2 packs of. Oh, so he's using Maruchan. His secret hack is butter and about a dozen frozen pork. Ooh. Oh, and some dried salted. Interesting. Salted seaweed. I didn't really experiment too much with my ramen. Now that in the dorms, hell no. I don't know how far it would really go. I'm trying to I would use Maruchan. I think when I was doing it as like a tradition, I'd like just put it in the bowl and put it in a microwave. The thing with microwave ramen versus like if you're boiling it, I feel like boiling it's better a little bit. But if you're putting it in the microwave, obviously you get it a lot faster, I would say. But the noodles are a lot more are thicker. And it's a lot oilier. It's a lot more oil and in your broth. And I don't really care for that. And I need to experiment more. One thing I did when I was living in an apartment, one thing I was doing when I was living in apartments, I was starting to experiment with cooking. I think the thing I did the most experimenting I did was my chili. Oh, I don't want to say that I make a good, like an amazing, award-winning chili, but I do make a good chili. I know how to make a good chili. So what? I'm not gonna spoil the details, but like when I make chili though, it had to be a lot. Because like I needed food to like last me the whole week, because as much as I cared about cooking, I didn't want to have to make food every single night, and I just don't have the time and make all that noise and whatever, blah 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 blah. It's like I want to have food ready, so like, oh, I'm hungry, I have like, if I like decided during my break from work, I decided to come home to eat, I only have like an hour and a half maybe to do it, at like an hour at most. Like an hour, a little over, to do things. So like I didn't have time to really prep and make food. I'd either have to go out and get food, or go home, make something quick, or reheat something, and then go back. So I think a lot of times I made chili, chicken parm. Oh, I love chicken parm. Like, just literal chicken strips. Put some parmesan. Put some what am I, marinara sauce on top of it with like cheese on top. Ooh, that's good eating. I tell you what, it's simple, it's easy, real good. Chili was a big one though. Chili was an absolute big one. I'm trying to think of something else that I made. I think one time I made those like there's like this TikTok or videos that I've seen around where it's like they take a Hawaiian roll sheet, cut it down the middle, and then put food in like meats or whatever in between to make it like a sandwich, and then they put it in the oven and whatnot. Like if I've done that, I've never had it really work for me. It just does not work. I feel like the cutting of it is just like, not that it's a lot of work. It's just like, I don't think I had the right tools to do it. Or I had to do that. I had to do that with frozen chicken patties, marinara. Oh yeah, I didn't do it with a bun though. I didn't do chicken parm with a bun, cause like, you're basically chicken strips and ooh. What? I don't want to say I affiliate with any. I don't believe in any of the things that the dude does. But Tobuscus's nugget and a biscuit. Ooh. That I've made that before though. I've made that. That actually goes nuts. That goes nuts. It's the thing about nugget and a biscuit. Obviously, it's a chicken nugget in a biscuit, and then you dip it in mashed potatoes. But then while you have that mashed potato covered chicken nugget biscuit, you then dip it in some barbecue sauce. And it is, and just like Toby Turner had said in that thing, it is yum yum, gimme. However, getting the mashed potatoes and the barbecue sauce on the chicken nugget biscuit is not easy. It's not fun. Like, you have to basically scoop it onto the chicken nugget biscuit. Or like drizzle it on. Like, it just does not work. Like, dipping it does not work. Because it just doesn't adhere. Unless if like I had a bad recipe. Oh, another thing I would make is what's the croissant dogs? Like hot dogs, and then put some croissant rolls, and then cheese. Sometimes cheese. Oh, put cheese in that. Oh, that was so good. You know, I was gonna talk about something else, but I want to talk about food. Did you know that did you use an actual nugget or what? I used a chicken nugget. Yeah. I did it early on. I did it on stream. I don't know if I may have clipped it at some point. Maybe we can look at that once in the after show. Maybe. I think I might have clipped it. I'm pretty sure I did something with that. Yeah. No, but I'm not a huge chef and stuff like that. I've worked in like food stuff before, but yeah, unless if I'm in a kitchen, I ain't cooking too well. Yeah. Yeah. So, one thing I wanted to talk, bro, hell yeah, brother. Dumplings. I've not, oh, my mom makes some good dumplings, potato dumplings. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I remember one time I came down from my apartment and like they were like making a lot of it, and I brought like a whole freezer bag or two back up, put some butter on it, hot sauce. Ooh, ooh. Like butter on it, fry it up, put some hot sauce over it once it's done. Amazing. Oh man. Oh man. Obviously, I have to cut them up, but oh, those are good. I'm blue. Dubbity dubba die. Oh, chicken nugget. Nugget biscuit. Hear me out. Nugget. Biscuit. Nugget and a biscuit. Good. But like experimenting with ramen though, I haven't done a whole ton of it. I feel like I need to do more with it. But the one thing I really wanted to talk about. Safety torch? Yeah, you put it on a porch. Safety torch, you put it in the hallway. The thing, okay, now we're on to Bushkus. Like before he fell off, let's be honest, he did fall off. Like he put out some banger stuff, like the literal trailers. I think that's kind of how I found him, was because of the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood trailer, a literal trailer. I think that's how I found him, and then his Minecraft series. I think there's a sugarcane song that I just remember a lot of it, because it's just like duh, 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 duh. Like that song, whenever that comes on in Minecraft, I just kind of think of that Tobuscus clip. It's stupid funny because he just spends like 5-10 minutes creating this whole fiction about sugar canes, about like a sugarcane husband cheating on his wife and then killing each other. That was so. YouTube in the early 2010s was a different breed. Was a very different breed. And now it really has changed. Really has changed. Yeah. Really has. And now now the dude's literally like siding with Kyle Rittenhouse killing people, but let's not get political. I don't like doing that. But oh, and his dog too. Oh, god damn it! I know what his dog's name. Like, yeah, he had a quote down. Hi, Toby. Hi, Toby. It's me, Griffin. Oh my god. Oh. And I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've watched some of his like vlogs where like, it was like early 2010s when they do like intro of darkness and redness and whiteness. Like, it was a Tobuscus thing. Oh my! I think I had like something in like middle school with like that exact theming. I mean, it also fit because it was like my school colors, like black, red, white. Yeah, the Griffin voice. Toby, you are a dumbass. Why do you say some anti-Semitic things? I don't take that thing anymore. I was huge. Damn. Like, I can't remember when. Like, he just like, I don't think I think he stopped uploading at a certain point, and then I think people were starting to look into it, and like, yeah, some real weird things in there, real bad things. And then he tried coming back. He tried coming back multiple times, and then didn't really. I don't know if he still makes things. He probably still does, but whatever. Yeah, and we're gonna stop that one day. Speaking of other YouTubers or whatever vloggers, the Talk to a podcast. That is some major shit right there. Let's talk about the Talk to a podcast. And people say like, oh, I mean, she has people on here, uh, are on her show. I was watching a clip of it though, like the other day, or listening, whatever, just scrolling through whatever. What was it? Wasn't she like in like childcare or something like that, or like she was a grade school teacher? I can't remember exactly what it was. And they were like, she had multiple people on, and they couldn't figure out some very, very like maybe second grade geometry shit. It was like, bro, what? you you had a job working with kids and you don't what? I can't remember what it was. But it's like, it could be a lot worse. And honestly, I like, for the way that she's capitalizing on the meme, at least she didn't like blow it all in like a month, you know? Or just did stupid stuff to make her look dumb or sell out. I mean, not like completely sell out, but hell, starting a podcast, I mean, why not? And it's like, oh, she doesn't need a podcast. Everyone has a podcast now. Dude, I can't say anything. Like, I have a podcast myself. Like, I have a podcast myself. Like, what am I to say about that? Like, I'm just adding to that. And yeah, I feel like, yeah, I mean, it's totally fine. Like, I have nothing against it. Like, gal, get that bag. It could be worse. She could literally have an OnlyFans. Like, and a lot of people are like, oh, you could get so much money by doing that. And it's like, no. At least she has some morals. Like, if she doesn't, like, make it big as a, content creator, she has something to fall back on. I know she still probably has that education or whatever the hell she was doing before. She can't probably do it where she was anymore, but she could do it somewhere else if, say, that were to fall through. Like, think about that. Because being a content creator is not easy, and it's not stable if you don't have the tenacity and the need and whatever to stay up and do all those things to stay relevant, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Keep on your shit, keep making content, like doing that. Like, if you fall off, you fall off. Hell, look at the Buskets. Literally. Quite literally. Yeah. But I feel like the reason that I say that, even though I'm a single person podcast mostly, I have experience doing this. I may not be perfect with my speech. It's, end of the day, this is literally me trying to talk, and kind of more of like a podcast diary more than anything else. It's like, the reason that I feel like I kind of started doing it is so that way I have something documented, and for like future generations. Like, it's not perfect. Period. It's not going to be perfect. But the one thing I think I regret, and I didn't know a whole ton about my grandpa's upbringing. Like, I kind of knew, like, I know things here and there, but even my dad didn't know a whole ton, which is weird. Like, and I know a lot about how my dad grew up. Like, he's told me a lot of stories over the years. And when my grandpa died, like, he was like trying, like, I don't know how. I think once my dad actually retires, he's probably gonna focus on like getting those stories from cousins and whatever, and just, write them down, because that's something that will last. Yeah, it's not gonna be perfect, but it's like telling the legacy of a family and the story of something. So like, I remember like one project that you have to do in high school. Yeah, and I think a lot of men of that generation were a lot more private. Yes, yes, but like, my grandpa wasn't that like he would, say like he wasn't in the war. Like, he was, I think, too young to even be in it. Maybe. I don't know. But, like, he didn't really say a whole lot about his life. He just didn't. Yeah, actually, he couldn't have been in the war because he was too young to do it. But, yeah. And, oh, yeah. Mine is actually, my dad was old enough to, not old enough to be in it, though. No, not Nam. He was doing some stuff in the Cold War, but not Nam. Not Nam. But another thing, too, it's like, it's all, like, some of the stuff that, like, I'm not going to get any certain stories out of my dad. That's not happening. Not happening, period. Because I would be shot. I would be shot. But, and especially some of the stories that I have heard, staying. I'm not saying any of them. Not because they're that bad or whatever, but I'm not saying them. I may have said, an anecdote or two, but, like, I haven't really said a whole lot on him. And even then, that was only part of his life. He had other stuff going on. He has other things that he's told me about that's just been, like, somehow more buck wild than I think any story that he's had. But for me, it's like, this really at heart is just like kind of like a diary podcast in a way. I'm not a good writer. I am not. Just not. But it's also like a conversation on just, hey, let's hang out, It's not just about documenting my life, but it's about, like, telling stories, having fun, and whatever. It's doing, just talking. Hey, here's where I was at this time of my life. What? Yeah, that's basically what this is, and that's in essence what this is. And probably stories and bits here and there. Yeah, I love it. I just love having fun. Yeah. I'm not done yet. But, like, for the going back to, like, the Twoah podcast, I don't know, like, how, like, I know the meme is the joke, like, and the community's like, oh, it's so sophisticated and whatever. I don't know how stupid they can be sometimes, because, like, obviously one of the more famous clips going around on the internet is that them talking about, spitting on that thing, It's like, how dumb are they? Are they trying to be dumb? Like, no offense. Like, I get, like, okay, podcast. We're gonna be talking about getting our dick sucked or something like that. But it's like, we got things. Gertie's like, no, we got no. No, it's more like, what? Even to this, it's like, what? It just sounds like, oh, you got a hog too, spit on that thing. It's like, okay, you're repeating the joke that you got famous for, but it's not funnier? Huh? You're making it so enunciated, like, huh? Semantics? I've lost the plot. Or I have lost the plot. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably lost the plot worse than that clip that I'm thinking of. But they're talking about, like, how to properly say Twoah, and the sophistication of that. It's like, what? But I'm no shame against it, honestly, though. No shame. Like, get that bag. Like, get that bag. Hell yeah. And there are worse things for, like, she wants to be like a content creator and stuff like that. There are worse ways to go about it. And good for her for doing a podcast to stay relevant. Yeah. But oh yeah, even before, like, just before I started this episode, like, I was scrolling through like TikTok or whatever the fuck, and she was like like, I think just today or whatever. So I don't know, but she was like a mascot for the Mets just recently, like the female whatever mascot version of the mascot. It's like, what? Why are you here? Huh? That's weird. That's crazy. That's weird. I've lost the plot. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up here. So we've gone on over a lot of stuff today. A lot of food. All right. Yeah, I gotta stretch. I do gotta stretch. You're right. I'll stretch. Oh, I'll do that now. I'll stretch right now. So, if you want to listen to this live, you can go to twitch.tv/meltliquoriginal. Or search it up there, or whatever. Or in the HTTP blah blah blah. You can do that. Twitch.tv/meltliquoriginal, where you can watch this live. Midnight Central Time in the US. On Thursdays typically, but whatever. That's why you gotta follow. That's why you gotta follow on Twitch. Do that. Do that. And spit on that thing. What am I doing? But if you so you can watch this live. You can influence the chat. And Girthquake, the one that's making me stretch, first time chatter, just saying Lamau. Wait. Yeah, that's right. I was like Lamau. Yeah, it said Lamau. I just thought really hard about it's LAMO. No, it's LMAO. Lamau. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you can influence chat, give me a brain aneurysm for a little brief moment. You can interact in chat, and you can see the after show, which is just more talking and editing, whatever, just hanging out after this show, which is coming up. If you're here, you can watch this. You can interact and hang out. Also on Twitch, if you miss it, because it is what it is, you can still watch the VOD for up to 2 weeks, because that's how I have it on Twitch and whatnot. And then once it's gone, it's gone. And I think Girthquake did follow. Thank you. I don't know if you did. I think you did. The title of this one will come after. I think I have an idea. But the title of this episode will be on YouTube and on Spotify, where on Spotify, we're starting at 100. You can listen to every single episode starting at 100. But on YouTube, you can watch / listen, put on in the background, whatever, to every single episode. Every single one. You can watch all of the stuff where it got to here. It's crazy. Yeah. And eventually soon, you can listen to the preamble radio show that led into this, which is the prequel to the prequel. It's like Star Wars Episode 1. It's like the Acolyte. Oh, wait, no, not like the Acolyte. Not like the Acolyte. Ooh. Wait, has there been? No. Let's say Jedi Knights of the Old Republic. Let's just say it's that. Knights of the Old Republic. To my Star Wars Episode 1. Or the prequel series. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you to Gradients for the use of the song Used to It off the call. You know what? They just put out they just recently, this week, on the 29th, on Monday. Wait, no. The 29th, which would have been a Saturday. Time eludes me. But just recently, they put out a new song, a new single from their next album called Parasite. Let's give it. They sent me over the master, and I bless the boys, and that's why I'm paying them, because I love their stuff, I love their music, and if you love rock, sort of melody guys stuff, that's your thing. But let's listen to a little bit of Parasite. And that's all you're hearing. You can go to their YouTube channel. You can go to their Spotify to listen to their music. And it's good stuff. Honestly, I love it. I love listening to their stuff. I've known them since college, and I'm so glad that they're putting out their stuff. Oh my God. And they're doing another show. They have another show literally today, the day of the recording of this episode. They have another show that they're doing. I'm gonna make sure that I can go to it, because I forgot about their last show, and the one before that I wasn't feeling well. So this one for sure I am trying to make myself go to, and that's on God. Thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you're doing, and all that other stuff. But as I look at the time right now, it's not midnight here anymore. However, it is midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye.
Used to it.